Hello, and welcome to the tutorial on how to check your grades. We are going to be checking your grades for second quarter to see if there are any discrepancies between what you actually earned in Canvas versus what was updated in Infinite Campus, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is click over here into Canvas. Now, when you check your grades, you want to probably go by due date or module, okay? So you'll apply that, and then you're going to scroll down to find the second quarter grades. Second quarter began on October 12th. So boom, here you go, October 12th, okay? Now, this is the key information we need to look for. On the left is the assignment title, okay, so that's obviously important. The due date isn't necessarily important, just make sure that you scroll down to October 12th because that is when second quarter started. And then the next column is the grade that you have earned, your earned grade for that assignment. The next column, these are the point values for that particular assignment, okay? So how many points was that assignment worth? That is this column right here. And then this information here isn't necessarily important if it just has a little box with the check mark. There is something else that's important that will pop up right next to that, and we'll get to that later in this video, okay? But what you need to remember is the title name and the points that you earned on the assignment, okay? So once we have gone down to second quarter grades, then we're going to go over here to our spreadsheet. Okay, now we've already loaded the assignment names here for you. And then the column that you're going to worry about right now is the earned Canvas grade. Okay, that's what you earned on the assignment. And then the next column will be the grade from IC or Infinite Campus, and we're not actually going to worry about that quite yet. That'll be a little later. So we just need to fill this in. So this is a discussion love comparison. Okay, so let's go back. Discussion love comparison right there. I earned a 5. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and I'm just going to enter in 5. The next assignment, submission calling one's own figurative language. Go over here. Look, it happens to be in order. They're not always exactly in order. You might have to scroll or just search a couple of them, a couple down, but here we go. So calling one's own figurative language, I got an 8. So I'm just going to go right back over here and fill in an 8. Submission, Native American comprehension questions. Look. Okay, so see, this one was not exactly in order, but there it is, a couple down. Okay, so comprehension questions. All right, so now we come to a problem where I don't actually have a score. So this dash actually means that I did not do this assignment, that it is missing, okay? Missing assignments will be calculated into your grade as a 0. So if you see a dash, you have to go back over to your assignment and enter in 0 because that is what is calculating in your grade, okay? You're not exempt. You're not excused. It is calculated as a 0. All right, so the next one is submission totem pole. Submission totem pole, here we go. I got a 20. 20. The next one is submission viewpoints. There it is. Okay, again, I have a dash here, so once again, that's calculated as a 0. I do have to go in and put a 0 on my grade here. Okay, test Native American literature. Test Native American literature. I got an 18. Fantastic. All right, the next one. Check and reflect pages 12 and 13. I think I saw that. Yes, there it is. Check and reflect pages 12 and 13. Okay, so notice that I have a check mark and not a score. Okay, so let me explain. When you see a check mark, it's because the assignment was set to not have a point value, but to be a completion grade. Okay, so either you did it correctly and got full points or you did not. So, excuse me. On this assignment, you'll notice the check mark. That means that I did receive full credit for this assignment. So I turned it in and it was done 100% and it was done correctly, okay? So if the check mark means I got 100%, that means that I got a 5 out of 5, right? Because this is the point value of the assignment, 5 points. The check mark means I got 100% on the assignment, so I got a 5. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to fill in a 5. The next one is the Check and Reflect Reading Basics Assessment. So I think that's right here, Check and Reflect Reading Basics Assessment. Now on this one, I got an X. So this is kind of the same thing as this Check and Reflect here. It is a completion grade, okay, except this time I actually turned it in, but the X means that I did not either complete the assignment or I did not do it correctly, okay? So out of 5 points, the X actually calculates a 0. So I did not get any points, even though I turned it in. I did not follow directions or it was not complete. So I got a 0 for this Reading Basics assessment. Okay, so I do need to go over here and fill in the 0. The next assignment is Submission American Dream Paragraph. Okay, so I don't see it yet. Okay, there it is. So it must have been, it's in the next week module, right? Because it was due October 19th. So American Dream Paragraph, what happened? I earned a 0. I know I turned it in, right? It doesn't have a dash. A dash would signify it was missing. So I turned it in, but I got a 0. I don't understand why. How did that happen? Well, if you look over here, not at the box with the check mark in it, however, but the speech bubbles. Okay, if I click on those speech bubbles, that's a comment that my teacher left on the assignment. So look, Mrs. Mirich put on this assignment, I cannot view this file. Please see me during office hours. Oh, shoot. I didn't see that before. Well, dang it. Okay, so you can actually just close this back up, and then you can go meet with your teacher during office hours or whatever directions they gave you to fix it, okay? But in the meantime, I earned a 0, so I'm gonna go ahead and calculate that as a 0 for now, okay? All right, so basically you would just continue doing that for all of the assignments, okay? So you'll just go back and forth and do that from Canvas. Then when you have all of your grades filled in, okay, don't leave anything blank. Nothing should be blank. You will either have the 0 because it was missing or because you got the X mark. If you have an X, that calculates as a 0. All right, so all of those things need to be accounted for. So you should have no blanks here in this column once you have filled it all in. All right. Okay, so then what you're going to do is once you have filled out all of your Canvas grades, then you're going to log into IC or Infinite Campus and you are going to start checking grade for grade. Okay, now I don't have a student Infinite Campus account, so I really can't do that and show that to you. But so you'll just go through, okay? So they should match. They should match. When you log into IC, this grade should match this grade. So you'll look at the grade in IC and you'll go ahead and put it. Now let's say like everything's matching up. I'm checking. Remember in IC, if it is an M, if it's an M, it is missing and it's calculating as the 0, okay? So let's say that, and you could even over here put an M if you wanted to, okay? You could do that. So just to kind of keep yourself organized as to what is missing and what is not, if you wanted to. But here's the tricky part, what you're gonna look for. Once you have filled out all of the Infinite Campus grades, okay? So go through and do the entire thing, all right? And then any of the assignments that are wrong, Okay, so if they don't match, so remember this missing is calculated as a 0. So this grade right here, notice how it doesn't match. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in red. Okay, so the totem pole, I did earn a 20 in Canvas, but over in IC, the grade is not a 20, it's a 0. Okay, so if you come, once you have filled out all of the IC grades, go through and check assignment for assignment. Is anything wrong? Is there something that does not match up? If you have an assignment that does not match up, such as this one, okay, you're gonna then click on the Fix Your Grade Ticket Google form that I also have given you. And you are going to fill this out, okay? So it says, did you find a mistake with your grade? Fill out this form for all mistakes you found, all right? So you'll fill out your first and last name, what period you are in, of course. And then you're going to fill out the information for your specific grade, okay, or assignment. So this is the title of the assignment. Be sure you give me exactly the name of the assignment from Canvas. So don't just put like totem pole thingy, okay? No, you need to go over here and you need to know that it's, you don't have to necessarily put submission if you don't want, but the actual name. So the actual name of this is called totem pole. Okay, so then you'll put totem pole right there. And then what was your earned grade in Canvas? Remember I said when I checked, I earned a 20 in Canvas. Okay, so I would put a 20 there. And then what is the grade showing in IC? You could either write in the word missing or you could put a 0. It is totally up to you how you would like to do that. Okay, so 0 and missing is calculated the same. So whichever way you put it there, I will know what you mean. Okay. And then there's a space. If you think that, you know, I need an explanation, then you could go ahead and put a little, you know, like a 1-sentence explanation there. I'm pretty sure I don't need big, long explanations. You are literally just checking the score that you got in Canvas to the score that was synced over in Infinite Campus, and just making sure that they match. Okay, so I don't need explanation. I don't need long explanations. But if you feel I need something, you could put it there. And then it says, do you have another grade that needs to be fixed? Fill out this form again for each individual assignment that you need fixed. Okay, so you'll click submit. It will submit this this form with this particular grade that you filled out. Now, let's say you found 3 mistakes. That's fine. You'll fill this out for one assignment. You'll hit submit, and then it will actually give you a link once you hit submit. I didn't fill anything out, so I can't, it's not going to do it. But when you hit submit, it will tell you, thank you for your response, and it will give you the link to fill it out again. Okay, so you fill this out for every single assignment that you found to have an inconsistency between the 2 programs. Okay, so if that means that you have 6 assignments, then you fill out that form 6 different times. Okay, now remember, if you came across an assignment that has the comment, you know, make sure you see your teacher first before you fill out the form. Okay, get with your teacher, make sure that you know how to correct any issues so that you can actually get a grade, because I don't want to keep this 0. If I did the assignment, I want a grade. I don't want a 0 calculated, right? So make sure that you see your teacher, fix these issues first, whatever they may be, and then fill out the form if there is still an issue. Okay, you guys, have a great day, and start calculating, and let us know if you have any issues.